Manchester United have had another horrendous performance, another horrendous result, which sees us our top four hopes left in absolute tatters. And that is the bare minimum Manchester United each season should be doing. We're now left in 4th position with Spurs with the chance tomorrow to go above Manchester United into 4th position. A really, really bad result for Manchester United. Disgusting result in the end, losing 2-0 away at Newcastle. It was always going to be hard going there, but it's really fucked things up these last few weeks of these really poor results. And the fact that Manchester United have got the job done, even playing badly for weeks in cup competitions, has sort of papered over the cracks of how Manchester United have been in the league, because we haven't played well for weeks, and in the league our league form has been really, really poor recently, and now we're starting to slip down the league, where it looked like we would at least get in the top 4. I mean, it wasn't gonna be great finishing 3rd. You just accept 3rd position because of where we were last season. We were so bad, you accept 3rd position and move on. But now Manchester United have slipped to 4th and probably will go 5th tomorrow, which is very frustrating because we've got a real battle on our hands now to even make that top 4. And if we play like we have done against Liverpool, against Southampton and today, we will not get that top 4. There's no way we will. I mean, he's put out probably the best lineup he could possibly put out. You can't put a lot of blame on Ten Hag, but at the end of the day, he's got to get this team in that top 4, and if he doesn't get Manchester United in the top 4 this season, then it is failure, in my opinion. Not getting in the top 4, Manchester United have failed, because that is the bare minimum this club should be doing under the circumstances of the other teams. At the start of the season, I didn't think we would get in that top 4. But I didn't think that Chelsea and Liverpool would fall off a cliff like they have done. And the fact they've fallen off a cliff this season means there is no excuse for Manchester United not to get in that top 4. But there is players in this Manchester United starting lineup that I think definitely need to be moved on in the summer. And again, up front, you've got Weghorst, who just isn't Premier League quality, isn't Championship quality. He's probably about fucking League One quality, because he is absolutely shocking, to be honest. And there was surely got to have been a better option out there in January than this fucking geezer, because, to be honest, he is fucking shite. The midfield with Sabitzer and McTominay and didn't work against Fulham, and today again, it's not good. It's not good enough midfield for Manchester United. You're relying on Rashford to score the goals, and Rashford isn't a good enough goal scorer, in my opinion, to rely on him time and time again to score the goals. He's had a few some purple patches this season of goal scoring, but he hasn't been a reliable goal scorer over the years, and Manchester United have got to get someone sooner or later up front. We really are crying out for someone to put that ball in the back of the net. The lack of goals and the amount of, I mean, looking at our goal difference, it is very, very poor compared to that of Newcastle's. It is shockingly poor, and I do hope Manchester United can make this top 4, but it is poor. Manchester United have let in 2 second-half goals in this game and haven't been able to score goals. But as I've said before, I feel a lot of these players, they've let previous managers down, they've let Solskjaer down, some of them let Mourinho down, they've let Ranić down, and they're gonna let this guy down. If he doesn't get rid of some of these players, they will let this guy down. They really will, because they're not good enough, some of these players. We know that the likes of McTominay shouldn't be starting week in, week out for Manchester United. We're going to have to get at least 2 midfielders in the summer, a striker, probably another wide man as well, because the likes of Anthony and Sancho let Manchester United down far too often as well. Fullbacks is probably an issue as well. There is major issues still in this squad, which is why I've never got too high on when Manchester United have won games of football. I've been pleased when Manchester United have beat the likes of Barcelona, which was great results. We won the League Cup, which was great. But I've never got that excited like some fans have, because I've seen these results round the corner. You expect that this is going to come, because the squad just isn't strong enough to cope with this. With Casemiro and Eriksen now injured, the team is just so different. And the problem is, and the worry with them two being out injured, is that Casemiro, banned, and Eriksen now injured, is the age of them two geezers. They're on the other side of 30 now. You can't be reliant on them players to play week in, week out. You just can't anymore. Casemiro's been fit pretty much all season, but he's 31 now. We can't be relying on him every single week with the amount of football that Manchester United have had to play. This was a difficult away game today, because Newcastle haven't lost a lot of games, but I know we've got a game in hand still against Spurs, and we are I think 1 point ahead of them, so we would go 4 points, but the game in hand against Spurs is Brighton away. And has anyone got the confidence that Manchester United are going to go away to Brighton and win that game in hand? Because I haven't. So we will have to wait and see what happens, but a shocking result for Manchester United today leaves our top 4 hopes in tatter. I don't really know what else to say on this matter, to be honest, because I've been expecting some of these results to come over the time, because against Fulham we got lucky, there was other games we got a bit lucky, so you're expecting these, but the real kick in the teeth probably was that Southampton game at home where we failed to win that game, which has now meant that these sort of games have become critical for Manchester United. But it is what it is. We go again for our next game. I'm not even sure who the fuck the next game is, but we go again in that game, and we're just going to have to look to bounce back and hope that maybe Spurs drop points against Everton in their next game for Manchester United to get back on track and at least get that 4th place. Even if we can't get 3rd, at least get 4th place. Anyway, smash the like button on this video, so smash the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube, and if you're watching on Facebook, please hit that like button and hit the share button. It really does help us out, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.